A man was reborn as a baby, and with each sip of milk, he grew stronger. By 3 months, he kicked his legs 10,000 times. By 4 months, he learned to crawl, and by 5 months, he could walk. This was due to his cheat system. As long as he trained a body part, it could become infinitely stronger. By 6 months, he watched TV with his parents. In his world, there were 2 extraordinary powers: mechanical augmentation and gene fusion. Mechanical augmentation enhanced one's body through mechanical modifications, while gene fusion involved merging with beast genes to gain some of their abilities. The enemies of humanity were clear. After Earth mutated, exotic beasts emerged. Soon, a new neighbor moved next to the man's house with a daughter named Shen Qinghan. She became his childhood friend, and their destinies intertwined. At 7 months, he learned to run, jump, and even started speaking. By 8 months, he did sit-ups to train his abs, but only when his parents weren't around. As the saying goes, often walking by the river, how can your shoes not get wet? He was caught by his mom. She rubbed her eyes in disbelief, seeing her son doing sit-ups. When the mom looked again, her son had already laid down. She thought she was too caught up in her novel, imagining things. A few days later, while bathing him, she called the dad in a panic. "Honey, why does our Chen have abs at just 8 months? The dad, thinking fast, said, "Our son's appetite is amazing, and now he has abs too. I get it, honey. Maybe he's a 1 in a million genius. It seems Chen has a bright future, likely as a gene fusionist, or at least a mechanical modifier." The man sighed in relief. "I nearly got discovered cheating, but fortunately, Dad assumed I was a genius. Having parents who are novelists is indeed fortunate. However, I am not the sole prodigy on this mutated Earth." The television displayed a prodigy from an ancient martial arts lineage in Kyoto, lifting a 20-kilogram dumbbell at the tender age of 2. After witnessing this, Mom gently patted my head, remarking, "Our Chen is remarkable too. He won't be outdone by those genius families." I pondered. My mom truly understands people, but could I lift 20 kilograms at the age of 2? Eventually, I reached the age of 2. With his skill in using and discarding, he could now lift 20 kilograms with one hand. Just then, his mom called, "Where are you, son? Han's little sister is here to play." He patted his shoulder and walked out, seeing a little girl with a tart, offering it to him. He told her to eat it herself. Despite the mental age gap, he let her stick around because she was just the right weight for training. However, this weight sometimes had a small issue, as it occasionally leaked. By age 3, he could lift 40 kilograms with one hand, while the prodigy from Kyoto, a year and a half older, could only lift 30 kilograms. Looking at the panel, he fell into deep thought. His biological level was still at ordinary stage 1. What is ordinary stage 2? Does it surpass human limits? With these questions, Stepping out, it was his first time seeing gene-fused beings and cyborgs. His first stop was the library. Since his parents limited his screen time, reading at the library was the best way to resolve his doubts. He began to understand this mutated Earth's worldview. Ancient stone tablets from mysterious ruins revealed that the world was divided into 6 biological levels: ordinary, advanced, rare, epic, legendary, and mythical. Each level had 9 stages, with ordinary humans at the first stage of the ordinary level. Facing those high-level beings, he felt smaller than an ant. He realized he needed to quicken his progress to survive in this dangerous world. Just then, the system's voice chimed in. "You are reading a book. Mental strength +1, comprehension +1, knowledge +1. After reading 1 billion words, you'll get a biological attribute reward." The Heavenly Insight system knew him well, and after reading, it gave him a new task. He began cultivating both mind and body, reading while doing sit-ups. By age 4, he had read 43.96 million words, and it was also the year he started kindergarten. Soon after starting kindergarten, the man reached ordinary level 2. He could lift an 80-kilogram weight with one hand, jump 1.2 meters in place, and sprint 100 meters in under 11 seconds. Han, often teased as the bedwetting king, was defended by the man. Unable to stand by, he jumped onto the podium shouting, "Everyone be quiet. If anyone calls him that again, I'll make sure they wet their bed every day." The other kids were scared to tears, except Han, who admired him. The system noted his imposing manner leaked out, making all the kids fear him, unlocking the Kindergarten King title. The title, dominating 9-year compulsory education Kindergarten King, is unlocked, but elementary school leader and junior high school tyrant aren't yet. The man's shout brought a new task, even though the last one wasn't done. It seems tasks can progress at once, which is great. Half a year later, he finished the reading task and gained the trait, Celestial Wisdom. From then on, he had a photographic memory, and his learning ability reached human peak. Time flew, and soon they were almost 7, celebrating kindergarten graduation. During the break before elementary school, he kept training, lifting 200 kilograms with one hand, jumping over 2 meters, and running 100 meters in under 8 seconds. With divine wisdom, the man finished most of the elementary curriculum in his spare time. Soon, he started his elementary school journey. Already self-studying middle and high school courses, elementary competitions were easy for him. Winning awards was trivial. He aimed to be the top student. During school, in his free time, he tutored Shen Qinghan. Although she wasn't particularly gifted, she was obedient and diligent. By semester's end, her grades ranked second in the class, with him naturally in first, as he aimed to earn the title quickly. In addition to his academic pursuits, the man actively participated in numerous events during the school sports meet, shattering all existing records. Just as he anticipated a routine continuation of his elementary school life, a particularly unique transfer student joined his class. The reason this student appeared unique was that the man perceived something not entirely human about him. This new student was assigned to the seat directly behind him. As they walked by, Shen Qinghan softly remarked, "Xiao Chen, his hair is incredibly beautiful, resembling winter snowflakes." At that moment, the man did not respond to Shen Qinghan. He was more preoccupied with the non-human aura surrounding Bai Shu. Could he be a gene fusionist? Or maybe a descendant of one? In the days after class, Bai Shu would just lie on her desk, unmoving. At first, everyone was curious, but soon they lost interest. Over a month later, Bai Shu's body started secreting a white liquid with an unpleasant smell. This led to her being shunned by classmates. One boy even poured water over her head, saying she smelled bad and needed a wash. You'd expect this usually quiet girl to get angry, but instead, she cried. While the classmates who bullied her laughed, Han Han couldn't stand it. Hoping the man would help her, even though he hadn't figured out the girl's identity, he still stepped in. He placed his hand on the boy's shoulder, instructing him to clean up the water on Bai Jue's desk. The boy was startled and immediately agreed, quickly cleaning it up. He knew that the man was notorious at school, so much so that even 6th graders wouldn't dare to mess with him. Then the man shouted at the others, demanding that everyone who had bullied Bai Jue come over and apologize immediately. The students who had bullied Bai Jue were frightened and startled. They lined up and apologized to Bai Jue, saying, "We were wrong, Bai Jue. We are truly sorry. Please forgive us." Bai Shui ceased crying and expressed her gratitude to both me and Han Han sincerely. From that moment on, Shen Qinghan began to approach the white-haired girl, encouraging the man to befriend her and sharing delicious food with her first. Bai Shui eventually asked, "I have an unpleasant smell, don't you mind?" She added, "I'm sorry, it's not that I don't trust you, but I've always been shunned and disliked since I was young, so having someone by my side feels too unreal." It felt like a dream, but Han Han assured Bai Shui it wasn't. "I've had similar experiences, so I won't look down on you. If you're willing, we'll always be friends." The bedwetting king had similar experiences, understanding Bai Shui well. Bai Shui hugged Han Han tightly, tears flowing like a spring. Thank you both." She then removed the necklace from her neck. "Han Han, Xiao Chen, you always share delicious food and befriend me, so I want to give you something too. This pair of animal teeth was a birthday gift from my mom last year, and now I give them to you, hoping you won't mind. There's hope we'll always be good friends." Han Han accepted the fangs with both hands, saying, "We'll always be friends." Just when Shen Qinghan thought this friendship would last, something unexpected happened. A cyborg helped with his transfer, and the man overheard the principal saying his records were confidential. This showed Bai Shui's identity wasn't simple. From that day, they never saw Bai Shui again. Maybe she was just a passerby in their childhood. Compared to Bai Shui's departure, what followed caught the man's attention more. A prodigy in Kyoto, at 10, successfully integrated genes, and could lift a massive stone with one hand, surprising the man. Starting gene fusion so young, this Kyoto prodigy could lift a 100-kilogram barbell with one hand before, but after gene fusion, he lifted a 500-kilogram weight, a 5-fold increase. Yet, the man is just 8, and without gene fusion, can already lift 300 kilograms with one hand. His potential seems even greater. Still confident about the future, until the man saw the news and felt dominated by fear. A serious beast attack happened in a nearby country. Footage from witnesses speculates that this attack is linked to giant art, and a female office worker was swallowed on camera. Investigations showed heretical elements were fueling the attack. The spokesperson of Sakura country appeared on camera, asking for aid from other countries to eliminate these heretical elements, which are an anti-human group founded by some individuals. They became the beast's loyal lackeys to attack humans. Fortunately, the man was born in a robust country with a stable environment, which allowed him to grow. However, he then heard the sound of air registration outside his window. He quickly checked and saw numerous official cyborgs flying. The following morning, while waiting for his childhood friend to accompany him to school, he noticed the beast tooth from Bai Shui glowing. He realized the tooth was from a beast, which explained Bai Shui's non-human aura. The aura's source was likely the tooth. Later, they proceeded to school, but the cyborg gathering and the tooth's activity made him feel that something ominous was approaching. As they passed a red-haired woman, she suddenly inquired if they were siblings. The unsuspecting Han Han truthfully answered, and then the woman, "Heading to school alone at your age? Where are your parents?" The man quickly pulled Han Han away, saying, "We're running late, let's go." At school, he told Han Han not to talk to strangers. Han Han nodded. Got it. After school, he took Han Han home a different way, but they ran into the woman from that morning in an alley. He had tried to avoid her, but she still followed. The woman smiled. "Hey kids, I've got some tasty food at my place. Want to come and play?" Then, a man with a necklace appeared behind her, rushing to grab them, but the man was ready to fight. he punched the man with the necklace in the chest, sending him flying like a cannonball. The woman was shocked, wondering how an elementary student could knock an adult away. Before she could react, he punched her face. Then he picked up a brick and approached them. With no cameras around, he had to eliminate future threats. He didn't want to, but if they revealed today's events, his abilities would be exposed, ruining his survival plan. Suddenly, the ground shook, and a giant beast roared. A strange beast appeared, a massive mutant rat. The rat bit off half of the woman's body and grabbed the man's dagger like a snack. Without a word, he rushed to Han, picked her up, and ran desperately. Luckily, just then, soon after, a cyborg flew down from the sky, heading straight for the giant creature and stopping above it. He raised his right hand, charging his weapon. Once ready, he aimed and fired tranquilizer shells, bombarding the creature. Moments later, it felt dizzy. Then, a female cyborg delivered the final blow, ending the creature's life. Back home, the man analyzed the battle. He concluded that the female cyborg's level wasn't very high, as it took her 7 minutes of close combat to finish the fight after the tranquilizers weakened the creature. The plot beast was tough to handle. Once mature, it could reach a biological level of ordinary 5th tier or more. Luckily, a cyborg arrived yesterday, letting them escape unharmed. Still, personal strength is key, so the man started more intense training, adding 2 points to vitality with weighted squats, 2 points to leg muscle strength, and 1 point to squat skill. Soon after, the man and his childhood friend celebrated their 9th birthday, made wishes, and exchanged gifts. The man gave Han a wooden hairpin, which he learned to carve overnight, using his innate talent. Time flew, and before they knew it, they graduated from elementary school. By now, the man had earned the title Elementary School Leader and was close to Junior School Overlord, which would enhance his biological traits, aiding him in competition. Before middle school, he aimed to earn the title fast and prepared by boosting his strength. Daily, he committed to intense training, with the system showing he completed 1,000 weighted push-ups, increased arm strength by 2,000, muscle strength by 2,000, and chest muscle strength by 2,000, along with 1,000 push-up proficiency. As the school year began, his biological level reached the ordinary 3rd tier. His physical attributes have greatly improved. The man has been watching the prodigy from Kyoto, who at 14 can lift a 2,000 kilogram alloy with one hand. Since B's genes can boost strength by 4 to 8 times, even at 4 times, his real strength would be lifting 400 kilograms with one hand. Comparing this, he is still stronger. Thinking of this, the man looks forward to the future if he keeps going. Your abilities will be exposed, and the man's plan to survive and become stronger will be ruined. But just then, the ground began to tremble, accompanied by the roar of a giant beast. They then saw a strange beast appear before them. It was a giant mutant rat. The giant mutant rat opened its mouth wide and bit off half of the woman's body. She then grabbed the man's dagger as if it were a snack. Without a word, the man rushed towards Han, picked her up, and ran desperately. Fortunately, not long after they started running, a cyborg flew down from the sky. She flew straight towards the giant creature, stopping above its head. She then raised her right hand and began charging her weapon. After charging, he aimed the cannon at the giant creature and fired tranquilizer shells. The creature was hit hard and soon felt dizzy. At that moment, the female cyborg ended its life with one strike. Back home, the man analyzed the battle. He thought the female cyborg's level wasn't very high since she used tranquilizer shells to weaken the creature before fighting it closely for 7 minutes to finish it. However, the creature was tough to handle, as once mature, its level could reach ordinary level 5, comparable to over 3 biological beings. Luckily, a cyborg arrived yesterday, helping them escape disaster. Yet personal strength is key. Afterward, the man started tougher training, boosting his vitality by 2 with weighted squats, leg muscle strength by 2, and squat skill by 1. Soon, he and his childhood friend celebrated their 9th birthday, making wishes and exchanging gifts. He gave Han a wooden hairpin, which he had carved overnight using his talent. Time flew, and they graduated from elementary school. By then, he had earned the title Elementary School Leader, and was close to earning the Junior Overlord title, which would boost his biological traits and let him dominate the weak. During the vacation before middle school, to quickly earn titles and boost strength, the man committed to intense daily training. The system notified him he completed 1,000 weighted push-ups, boosting vitality by 2,000, arm and chest muscle strength by 2,000 each, and push-up skill by 1,000. Finally, the day before school began, his biological level broke through to the ordinary 3rd tier, with all physical attributes significantly improved. Meanwhile, he watched the prodigy from Kyoto, who, at just 14, could lift 2,000 kilograms of alloy with one hand. The genetic enhancement of Zhu Liyi can increase one's strength by at least 4 to 8 times. Even if calculated at 4 times, its actual strength is just lifting 400 kilograms with one hand, which means he is still stronger in comparison. Thinking of this, the man began to look forward to the potential improvements if he were to undergo genetic fusion in the future. Shortly after, the man's junior high school journey officially began. Since he was a top student in the city during his elementary school years, principals from the city's top schools all tried to recruit him. In the end, he accepted the invitation from Shanghai Middle School, on the condition that Shen Qinghan could continue attending the same school with him. During the new student orientation, the principal and homeroom teacher welcomed him, urging him to bring more honors to the school. After some polite exchanges, he found an excuse to leave. He slipped away because Shanghai Middle School had great sports facilities, and he and Han Han had planned to play badminton. But soon after they began, some uninvited guests showed up. An upperclassman said, "You guys are new, right? This court is for us upperclassmen." Two others were even more inappropriate, teasing Han Han. At that moment, the man's face darkened. "Hey, back off. First come, first served, right?" The seniors arrogantly said, "Who made that rule? Even if the king came, this place is ours." The man said nothing more, tossed his racket, and the shuttlecock flew so fast it made a noise, piercing the senior's racket and hat. The three were instantly scared. Too fast. Is he even human? Could he be a gene fusioner? It's impossible for someone so young. If that shot had missed, the boss might have been hit in the head. They quickly lined up, bowed, and said, "Boss, I was wrong," before running off. After this, maybe the news spread, and no one bullied them again. The man had finished the middle school curriculum, so in classes, he mostly read extracurricular books he liked and exercised in the evenings. After workouts, he learned new skills online. With Celestial Assembly's support, he explored photography, cooking, driving, swimming, wilderness survival, and sports skills to quickly earn the junior high school overlord title. He ranked first in all school subjects and helped the school in national junior high competitions, earning elite bronze medals in math, physics, chemistry, and programming. He didn't take first in everything to avoid too much attention. A semester passed quickly. Unexpectedly, he still didn't get the title, but his outstanding performance earned him many admirers. However, he didn't focus on this. Besides helping Shen Qinghan with tutoring, he concentrated on the upcoming school sports meet, believing that dominating it could earn him the junior high school overlord title. In this meet, he only joined shot put, high jump, and sprinting. These events represent strength, jumping ability, and speed. If he dominates these three, it would show all-around sports dominance. Although he held back a bit to avoid being too conspicuous, winning first place was still quite easy for him. Just as he collected all the medals, he suddenly felt a surge of power within him. His academic and athletic achievements overshadowed the entire school, leaving all the students in awe. He successfully unlocked the titles, Junior School Overlord, Kindergarten King, and Elementary School Leader. With all these titles unlocked, he dominated the 9-year compulsory education, and acquired the biological attribute, Survival of the Fittest. The Survival of the Fittest effect suggests your life essence surpasses all, letting you absorb other creatures' life essence to evolve. As the man leaves school, he wonders about life essence. Suddenly, he gains insight, and asks Han Han if he can borrow his beast tooth. Han Han hands it over, and the system prompt indicates a trace of the abyssal giant butterfly's life essence is absorbed, unlocking 1% of its coloring book. When the progress bar hits 100%, some attributes or skills of the exotic beast can evolve. It can evolve some traits or skills of the mythical beast. After getting home, the man searched for info on the abyssal giant butterfly, but found nothing. It seems understanding this beast will rely on him. He then took another beast tooth from his backpack and used it again. His abyssal giant butterfly coloring rose to 2%. Just 2%. It seems the life essence in the beast bone is low, and he'll need another way to fully unlock it. Later, to boost his training, the man began cycling with his childhood friend to and from school daily. At that moment, Mr. Bo from the school's martial arts team stopped him. The martial arts teacher had noticed the man's great performance at the school sports meet and wanted him to join the martial arts team. Without letting the man refuse, the teacher walked away. After getting home, the man killed a mosquito and realized that weak creatures like mosquitoes or cockroaches couldn't trigger the survival of the fittest. Only strong exotic beasts had enough life essence to be absorbed. To test this, the man decided to visit a supermarket selling lean meat. Seeing the lean meat counter, he eagerly rushed over. Nervously, he reached for the lean meat, and as he touched it, vibrant life essence surged into his body. He clenched his fist excitedly, confirming his suspicion. But Han Han looked at him like he was crazy, her face pale with fear. "Does the lean meat feel different from regular meat, Zichen?" she asked. He didn't explain, just waved his hand, saying it didn't feel different, just fresher. "Want to touch it too?" he asked. Han Han quickly shook her head, saying, No, it's fine if you do." He then said, "Since we're here, let's get some lean meat to try at home. These packaged ones are great for touching while pretending to buy." Since exotic beast meat is pricey, the man picks the cheapest, Ghost Shadow No Thief. Han Han was concerned and said, "Zichen, this is too costly. Maybe we should ask Jinny before deciding." The man patted her head and said, "I've already talked to Mom. She even suggested buying more, so your family can try it too." Actually, he had another reason for buying the meat. He worried that absorbing the life essence might spoil it, so he wanted to check. Scanning the payment, it totaled £3, costing him $29.94 when he left with the lean meat, feeling a pang of heartache at the cost. After purchasing the lean meat, it was past 9, so they went home. On the way, the man couldn't resist trying it. When he touched the ghostly squid's flesh, a system prompt sounded. You've absorbed a trace of the ghostly squid's life essence. Ghostly squid illustration, 0.1%. Based on his calculations, consuming 1 or 2 ounces of the squid's life essence unlocked just 0.1% of the illustration. At this rate, he'd need £100 to reach 100%. Calculating at £9.90 for £8, it would cost at least 100,000. The ghostly squid's ability to dissolve and vanish in water is worth the 100,000 investment if he can acquire it. Moreover, this is the cheapest lean meat available, so he should consider how to make money next. Then he looked at the lean meat. Quite some time had passed, and it still hadn't spoiled. It seems absorbing the life essence doesn't harm the meat quality. So, he boldly absorbed the ghostly squid's life essence, and in a moment, the progress increased to 3%. However, due to his distraction, he almost collided. As the man apologized to the passerby, Han Han suddenly pointed, Xiao Chen, look, it's Teacher Strawberry. He's been taken hostage by a bad guy. Police are trying to persuade him. You're surrounded. Please calmly drop your weapon. The captain told the officer beside him. Bing, don't shoot recklessly. We're too close, and it could hurt the hostage. Just then, the man picked up a stone, and it flew past Bing's ear, hitting the criminal's hand holding a knife. The officer seized the chance to rush in and subdue the criminal. The man signaled Han Han to quietly leave. Just then, the captain yelled, Stop, student! Did you throw the stone? The man quickly denied. No, it wasn't me. He pulled Han Han, trying to leave fast. Unexpectedly, the captain said, There's a reward for bravery. Hearing reward, the man stopped and ran back quickly. He scratched his head, admitting, I remembered now, I threw the stone. The captain, speechless, told him to come back to make a statement and helped him apply for the reward. As he and Han Han were about to head to the station for a statement, something unexpected happened. The criminal's body mutated into a giant rat. Oh no, he's a cultist. He's showing mutation symptoms, turning into a giant rat. The rat knocked down a female officer, and the captain quickly called for backup, contacting headquarters. There's a giant creature at Jiangbei West Road Park, likely a cultist fused with Rat King genes. We can't handle it and need reinforcements. Meanwhile, the officers had drawn their guns and started firing at the creature. The man, holding onto Teacher Strawberry and Han Han, took off running. Just as he got a short distance away, a cyborg flew overhead, causing the man to stop immediately. He watched as the female cyborg kicked the creature in the face, knocking it back several meters. Then the cyborg opened the armor on her chest, and 2 purple lasers shot out. As soon as the laser hit, the flesh of the creature began to dissolve, eventually turning to ashes. The man was stunned. Is this the true power of a cyborg? So strong. Afterward, the man pushed the cart to leave, but he unexpectedly discovered that the piece of lean meat, which had absorbed the life essence, had deteriorated. It seems that after absorbing the life essence, meat can spoil, even with just rocks around. To explain, he needed an excuse and blamed the cultist. Annoyed, he threw the spoiled meat on the ground, saying it was the cultist's fault for attacking the cyborg so fiercely, burning the meat. Silly Han Han comforted him. It's okay, Xiao Chen, we're safe, and that's a blessing. They planned to go home, but at the captain's request, they got into the police car for a statement, not expecting the cultist's body to be in the car too. Although only a pile of charred remains was left, the smell was still very pungent. At that moment, the man suddenly had a flash of inspiration. Right, there was still some life essence left in the beast's tooth before, so could there also be some in the corpse? Could he possibly absorb the genes of the Rat King's corpse? With this thought, the man began to reach towards the corpse. Just as he touched the ashes, a system prompt sounded. You have absorbed a trace of the Giant Art's life essence. Giant Art album unlocked 5%. The man was shocked, so much it seems that freshness and absorbable life essence are directly proportional. Shortly after, the man arrived at the security team's office, and the captain told him, I've already applied for your bravery award, but please tell me truthfully, from such a distance and in such dim light, how did you, a middle school student, manage to hit the heretic's hand with a stone? The man explained, perhaps it's because I often exercise my right hand. The captain fell into a deep silence upon hearing this. Just then, the door was pushed open, and Han Han came in with the man's mother. She hugged him tightly. Xiao Chen, are you okay? You scared me to death. The man quickly reassured her, Mom, don't get worked up. I'm perfectly fine, aren't I? I also received the bravery award. However, my mom grabbed my hand. Xiao Chen promised his mom that next time he encounters danger, he will first find a safe place, because she just wants to see him grow up safely. The man took his mother's hand and left, saying, Mom, don't worry, I promise I will protect myself first. As he walked out of the security office, he overheard the officers discussing how the rat god cult is becoming more blatant, now infiltrating colleges, mainly targeting students who can't formally qualify for gene fusion. Tonight, the person shot was Guang Yanda, captivated by the Shu cult. Cultured students are annoying. We must eliminate the rat god cult, but that only tackles symptoms, not the root. We still need to take down the self-proclaimed god, the Rat King. As the man walked, he used his phone to search info on the rat god cult. Their HQ is in Shanghai, and most members are societal outcasts. Moreover, their activities have increased this year. Suddenly, the man had a theory. The Rat King wants to evolve into a higher being, which is why it has its followers gathering a large amount of evolutionary resources for it. Could it be that the Rat King has already evolved into a reishi mushroom? As he walked down the street, the man saw a rat larger than a cat. Could this link to the Rat King? He shook his head, thinking in the south, big rats are normal. Then he noticed Han Han was unusually quiet. Could it be that situation again? Whenever Han Han was nervous or surprised, he couldn't hold it in, like when he was a kid. Yet the man felt Han Han's condition might be tied to some unknown potential. Meanwhile, the security captain was still wondering how a middle schooler could throw a stone with such force. Then, he heard a rat squeal. Following the sound, he saw an enormous rat, larger than a cat, rushing toward him. The captain fired swiftly, and soon the commotion ceased. The following day, he attended class as usual. During the lesson, he pondered how weak he was compared to the rat man and female cyborg from the previous night. He needed funds swiftly to unlock the ghostly squid. Depending on school competition, scholarships was too slow. He considered becoming an internet celebrity, or live streaming tutorials for quick money, but dismissed the idea. No, even if it brings quick money, it's too flashy. I'm thinking wrong. In a world of gene fuses and cyborgs, martial arts is clearly more valuable than writing articles. Plus, martial arts competition prize money is much higher than academic contests. It's time to act. At the gym, the martial arts teacher was drinking water. The man greeted him. Hi Mr. Guo. The teacher looked excited. Zichen, do you want to join, or learn more about the martial arts team first? The man asked quietly. I want to learn more. After joining the martial arts team, is there a chance to enter the city's martial arts competition? Is the prize money good? The martial arts teacher replied proudly. Yes, there's a chance, and the prize money isn't small. Each award is worth thousands. Hearing this, the man grabbed Mr. Guo's hand, saying, Teacher, please let me join the martial arts team. Then the teacher called over all the team members, and they introduced themselves briefly. The man greeted them too, since he hadn't practiced martial arts before. Mr. Guo demonstrated some boxing and kicking techniques for him. After finishing a set, the martial arts teacher wiped his sweat and said, Don't be fooled by the simple moves, they're actually quite tough. The fastest learner, Xiao Li, took a week to master them. The man started practicing. With his natural talent, the moves the martial arts teacher showed were already in his mind. He easily copied the teacher's boxing techniques. The system prompted, practicing boxing, humor up by 1, hand muscle strength up by 1, hand flexibility up by 1, boxing skill up by 1. Next, he practiced leg techniques, practicing leg techniques, vitality up by 1, leg muscle strength up by 1, leg flexibility up by 1, leg skill up by 1. The martial arts teacher was amazed. Impossible. Absolutely impossible. The teammates were shocked. How could someone learn just by watching once? The martial arts teacher looked at the man excitedly, sure he was a rare martial arts prodigy. That night, the man's mother called him for dinner. He rushed over with his bowl and asked, What's for dinner? With a proud look, his mother replied, It's the ghostly squid you've been craving. A dish full of color, aroma, and flavor was served. The man sniffed and exclaimed, This smells amazing. Without hesitation, he took a bite, and a system prompt appeared. You've absorbed a trace of the ghostly squid's life essence. Ghostly Squid Compendium, unlocked 3.01%. The man was amazed, realizing he could absorb by eating. If he had known, he wouldn't have needed to touch it. Just then, the TV showed a story about a prodigious girl who amazed the nation by merging with the Energy Star at 14, becoming the youngest cyborg ever. When activated, she can lift a 2,000-kilogram off-road vehicle with one hand, sprint 100 meters in 3 seconds, and jump 8 meters high. The man thought about the prodigy from Kyoto and the current genius girl, pondering the differences between gene fusers and cyborgs. Could it be stronger? Then came more heartbreaking news. Security Captain He Chunshan sadly died in his office at 11 p.m. last night. Surveillance showed he died from a giant art piece that infiltrated the security office. The man's face turned grim. Was it that giant rat from last night? He felt an urgent need to boost his strength. After intense training, his 100-meter sprint hit 4.61 seconds, his jump reached 5.51 meters, and he could lift about 1,000 kilograms with one hand. He didn't neglect his martial arts training either. Eager to boost his strength for the martial arts competition, the man planned to hit the gym the next morning to learn and practice new martial arts. Curious, Han Han tagged along. Suddenly, a senior approached. Zichen, haven't had breakfast. I brought fresh milk. The man with Han Han replied, No need, but thanks for your kindness. The envious senior saw this, thinking, It's bad enough he took my championship at the school sports meet. Now you're even rejecting the gift from my goddess. So the sycophant senior stopped her and said, Are you being polite? If you don't want it, just accept it and give it to someone else. Why hurt someone's feelings? The man, speechless, replied, Isn't that even more impolite? The sycophant senior got angrier. Then drink it. Not drinking is disrespectful, and being disrespectful is impolite. After saying this, the sycophant senior challenged the man. Lin Zichen, do you dare to have a match with me? If I win, you have to drink all the milk. In a formal competitive setting, using the most primitive biological method, the system indicates that eliminating 1,000 different competitors accumulates rewards for biological attributes. Survival of the fittest. The man smiled. Having waited so long, he finally reached the 4th achievement task. He arrived and looked at the senior with a bit more friendliness. Alright, let's have a match. After class, they went to the gym, watched by teachers and students. A female classmate blushed and shouted, Zichun Jr., I'll cheer for you. Even the senior who brought the milk took out her phone. Zichun Jr., go for it. I'll take lots of good photos. The senior gritted his teeth, thinking, do they all think I'll lose? I just want to take advantage of this genius junior before he fully develops and beat him while I still can. A month had passed. This kid's talent is incredible and growing fast. If I don't act now, I won't get to show off. The man said, I need to get home for dinner. Can we hurry? The teacher raised his hand. Remember, friendship first, sparring second. Begin. The senior shouted, hold on, you've only been on the team a month. I've been here almost 2 years. To be fair, I'll let you have 3 moves first. Before he finished, the man rushed up and punched him. The senior was knocked down, foaming at the mouth, while Mr. Go stood there, stunned. The students were shocked. It was unbelievable. It ended just like that. Han Han waved, having beaten Zichen, and 2 senior girls excitedly said it was cool. A system notification sounded. You've defeated a competitor, won favor with the opposite sex, and gained partner choice priority. You've eliminated 1% of competitors. Thinking about needing to eliminate 999 more to unlock the natural selection attribute, the man turned to his senior brothers. Why not use this chance for a sparring session? The senior brothers, stirred by his words, quickly found excuses to slip away. At that moment, the previously defeated senior got up, unwilling to accept the result, and said, if you sneak attack me again, I'll definitely beat your martial arts teacher. Jiang Kai, you must face the outcome of your bet. Whether Zichen's punch was luck or skill, let Shaoli confirm it. Then he asked Shaoli to spar with the man. Shaoli, about to sneak away, was startled and reluctantly stood before the man saying, brother, please don't hit my face, okay? 10 minutes later, the floor was covered with the other senior brothers. To avoid being too overwhelming, the man deliberately exchanged moves before knocking them down. However, the system only recorded his defeat of Jiang Kai, and the elimination count didn't increase for the others. So, does this mean sparring doesn't count, and you must directly defeat them? At this moment, the martial arts teacher firmly patted the man's shoulder, saying, Zichen, you truly are a genius. You've just joined the martial arts team. In just a month, you've become the team star. This year's district martial arts competition, we at Shanghai